I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please have a seat. Roy Biddle.
Here.
Bob Edel.
Here.
Tony D'Italia. Walter Britton. Okay, we have a quorum. We're good.
Good, go to work.
Yes. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All right, that's Bob. All right, let's go to the first one. Armin and Judy. Bridgehampton. Okay.
They're not here?
It was supposed to come today, though, because it was adjourned. But John's letter, John went out there, so if you want to read the letter.
Right. I did go through the letter from the fire marshal's office, and I'll entertain a motion.
I second to
Okay, so, all right. Motion, Ed and Roy. Second for
I'll agree.
Armin and Judy.
Yep.
Are you going to waive the fine and set the count back to zero?
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to, yes, correct. Okay. All right, number 2, Michael Butler.
Are they here?
Yeah, Don is here for Michael.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I don't know if you need me to speak, or you
Well,
want me to
can
explain?
you
it?
swear her in, please?
Yes. Ma'am, would you please state your name and address for the record?
Sure, Donna Butler, 51 North Haven Way, Sag Harbor.
Thank you. And do you swear to tell the truth, knowing the penalties for perjury?
Yes.
Thank you.
And to answer your question as to whether you have to speak, you don't have to speak, but
Okay.
we'd like you to explain what is happening.
Absolutely. So we had 2 false alarms, what considered false alarms. One was in May and one was in September. And I paid the May alarm, but then and I'll explain, I'll go back to it. And then September happened, and I said, this is crazy, the alarms are going off. And we suspected why, and the second one, in the middle of the night, we have no idea why. There was nothing. In both instances, we missed the phone call from the alarm company. So I had to
Were
call.
they fire or PD?
It was fire department,
It was
right?
fire.
Both
Yeah.
of them were fire? Okay.
And so I called on both instances. I got to the dispatch, to the alarm company, and I got in touch with them, and I said, please, there's nothing going on here. The first one was because of the shower, steam from the shower was in the daytime. Okay, I couldn't get to the phone in time. I was in the shower. And by the time I got there,
Sure.
okay. Second time was in the middle of the night, and the alarms are so incredibly loud in my house that it was debilitating to hear. To function, the dog is barking, my mother-in-law was there. I was trying to get her out of the house because I didn't know what was going on. Couldn't get to the phone. Got to the phone, called. They said, okay, don't worry. I said, we canceled it. I said, the last time you said that, the police department showed up. They didn't dispatch the fire department, the one with the steam, but the police showed up. So then she said, no worries, it won't happen this time. 25 minutes later, the police show up. So then I I talked to the police officer. I don't know if it's in his report, but I said, this shouldn't happen. I don't understand what's going on. Why, if I can get in touch with the company, why they're telling me it's canceled and it's not. So the police, he said, I don't know. I can't explain to you why I'm here. Like I was told to come. So then I've been in touch since then, of course, with the alarm company and with your fire department. And I had somebody explain to me that when the fire department gets dispatched, it also goes to the police department. If it's canceled, the fire department may not communicate to the police department, so they show up because they're supposed to. That's fine. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. But I said, I can't have these alarms continually going off, and I can't even function the way they're going off. So I called to the Southampton Fire Department, and Courtney Idenson came to the house and looked around. She said, she goes, you have more than enough alarms sounding, but they're not synchronized and they're not the same sounders. So it is debilitating. If you get these going off in the middle of the night, you can't function. I couldn't find the phone. I couldn't figure. So she made some suggestions to us. We had Briscoe come and change all the alarms.
You had who come?
Briscoe.
Briscoe?
Yeah. Briscoe came and they changed the sounders. They moved one away from the shower into across the room, so it's not where the steam is from the shower from the first one in May. And then they just adjusted, put in the same sounders. We have multiple all over the house so that they all sound, and they're also synchronized. They weren't going beep, 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 like different sounders off and on and off. It was like a circus. So since then, knock on wood, I don't know if this is wood, but nothing's happened. We haven't had any problems, but I've now accumulated fire department. I'm on a third offense for a fire department, or I'm up to a false alarm. And so at a minimum, I'd appreciate it being waived, being reset. I would love the fees to be waived, because the fire department didn't show, it was the police department that showed. And if we could at least put back to a reset, since I've had the alarm system adjusted and.
Can you send in an invoice from the alarm company?
Absolutely. And they're actually willing to help me out on that with the fees, if at least we can get a reset. They said they'd be willing to either waive or cut it in half.
I don't have an issue if we get something from the alarm company that the system was fixed, then obviously Courtney was there.
If we get a receipt.
And then we can reset and cancel the fine.
Yeah, you do have a misconception though, all right? When a fire alarm goes off, and even if you were to contact the alarm company, they can't
have to
cancel it.
come.
The fire
has
department
to
will be
come.
dispatched.
Somehow the fire department wasn't dispatched, but the police showed. So I don't know how, I don't want to get anybody in trouble here. If I
No, we're
already
not
did.
looking to get it, we're
But
just,
the police department gets dispatched as well when the fire?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
everything goes through Southampton Town Police Department.
Okay.
And then they dispatch out to the fire department. But once the fire department goes, the only way they're gonna stop is if they're in communication with the patrol car.
right, I
But they
understand.
will roll for an alarm.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate all that because,
Make the motion, Bob.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that if you can produce documentation from Briscoe that
Absolutely.
they've addressed it and they're taking care of the problem, then I'll waive that we suspend it
I
and
second
turn
it.
it back to zero.
thank you very, very much.
And
Okay.
second
Who do I
from
send
Roy?
it to?
Correct.
Thank you.
Do I send it to Kathleen? Okay, all right, thank you. Have a nice
Okay.
day.
All right, Barry Howell.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good
you
morning.
need to get sworn in first.
Oh, okay.
Sir, would you state your name and address for the record?
Barry Howell, 143 Selvin Avenue, Flanders, New York.
Mr. Howell, do you swear to tell the truth with the knowledge of penalties for perjury?
Yes, I swear to tell the truth.
Okay, so tell me what's happening.
I have a small house. We put ADT alarm in a couple of years ago, and the alarm went off from the shower steam coming out of the bathroom. My wife had opened the door. We have a ceiling fan, and it didn't dissipate the steam. And we have a foyer, so I guess the steam got trapped and set off the alarm. That was the first one. And the second one, the house was cold. We put the thermostat at 75, and obviously it set it off again. That time, I called the fire department immediately. They said, we can't cancel it. Within a minute and a half that it happened, I called the Flanders Fire Department. And then I called ADT, and I canceled the service. I want it taken out, and I'll go buy a smoke alarm that is manually adjusted.
Yeah, you, is that a Home Depot one? that
Yes,
you?
kitty, carbon monoxide, and
Okay,
smoke alarm.
yeah, I saw this. This is, I'm sorry that you feel like you had to do that, but I understand.
It was too sensitive, and I can't take the chance that it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, it becomes expensive.
Right, and as long as we're safe in the house, that's pretty good. And the alarm is still on for the police.
Right,
We didn't cancel, we canceled the fire option,
okay.
which was stressful, to say the least.
All right, well, I'll make a motion that we bring the counter to 0 and that the fines are forgiven. Do I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Beat me to it.
By the way, we don't necessarily recommend that you cancel the fire piece of it, all right? Because that puts your family in jeopardy if there is a serious situation or a fire.
Right, I did a
So
little
you might want to
research.
rethink
I
that.
appreciate that safety concern. We did a little research and read about the one we got, the fire alarm. It's a pretty good one. The only thing, it's not Central Station, that
Okay,
somebody would have to call the fire department.
all right, just something to consider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Susan Weinstein?
Not here.
Okay, how about Sofer? That's a Zoom?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
The Weinstein is on Zoom.
No, that's okay.
Susan, I think, personally, thought, as far as the resources
Well, while we're waiting for Sofer to zoom in, and Mr. Dorf, when you're ready.
First, I wanted to say that I take fire alarms really
Mr.
seriously.
Dorf, before you start,
yeah.
just please state your name and address for
Oh,
the
yeah.
record.
Ken Dorf, DORPH, 76 Round Pond Lane in Sag Harbor.
And do you swear to tell the truth with the knowledge of penalties for perjury?
Yes. Okay. We take fire alarms really, we were good friends with Pam and Peter Miller. I don't know if you heard about the terrible tragedy in Sag Harbor. By coincidence, we also knew the woman who was the head of the school where the two young women were in Washington. So, and my son's a volunteer fireman, so we really take it seriously. About a year and a half ago, we put an ADT system. It's funny because I just heard this gentleman. The first alarm was my spouse hit something wrong and it went off. We didn't know that we'd done something until the fireman showed up. Then we had tenants move in. We were going to rent our house for the summer. They came in and said we want it for a year. Our kids are grown, so we said, that sounds good. And they had 2 alarms in a row with the shower, the same thing. And we called ADT. We said there's something wrong. It's too sensitive. What can we do about it? And then the third one, we just said, okay, we're going to just separate it from calling. We didn't get rid of it, because I agree with your observation, but it no longer calls the fire department automatically, because it was just 4 times, it was insane. And it's a waste of their money, a waste of their time. So I'm not happy with ADT also. I'm not another dissatisfied customer. So we separated from calling the fire department automatically unless we're traveling. Then we'll turn it back on. We can do that.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
what we've done.
That's,
Anyway, so apologies for calling them. We paid the first 3, and then the 4th one, we thought, oh my God, I got to come to you guys and ask for forgiveness. And here I am.
Bob?
The first 3 are paid?
Yes.
You've done
We're-
10?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the
okay.
last on the appeal.
All right, and you're taking the steps to make sure that it doesn't continue? Then I'll
Yes.
make a motion that we cancel it and set it back.
Okay, that's fines forgiven, and FD counter to 0. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Bob and Roy.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You're
Yeah.
good,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Okay. Is Sofer on?
I think they were on a minute ago.
Benjamin Sofer, 7 Ridge Farm Court in Watermill.
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so can I state my case?
Well, let me get you sworn in first, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Sofer? Mr. Sofer, can you hear me?
Yes,
Please state your name and address for the record.
Benjamin Sofer, 7 Ridge Farm Court,
And do-
Watermill, New York.
Thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth with the knowledge of penalties for perjury?
What is, it's not, the sound doesn't come out right. Can you repeat it?
I sure can. Do you swear to tell the truth with knowledge of the penalties for perjury?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. You want to state your case, Mr. Sofer?
Yes. So, it was very simple. We had the fire alarm mounted in the wrong place, right at the exit of the bedroom. And it happened like 4 times, and we never knew why did it happen. I called up ADT. They came, they checked the system, everything was okay, everything, but it kept happening again and again. Finally, I start looking at each one of the fire sensors individually and try them out and do everything and see why does it happen, until I came to the shower and I realized that the sensor is right above the door to the shower, and every time somebody comes out of the shower, the heat and the steam from the shower operates the sensor. So I called up I called up the alarm company. They came, they took it off, they put it in a different place, and since then, never happened again. That's the whole story.
Okay.
And by the way, I paid like 2 or 3 times because I realized that something is wrong with the system, but then it kept repeating and repeating and repeating. So we live in the city and we come only for the weekends in the summer. So it happened only when I was there. So I figured out there's something wrong that while we are using the house. And that's how I found out about the wrong sensor. They switched the place of it, and it never happened again. That's the whole story.
Mr. Sofer, when was ADT out and moved the sensor?
I think I submitted those papers. If you look at my, I don't have it in front
We have a
of
copy
me.
of it.
That's in there.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in the city now, but I submitted the papers, the copies, and everything of the
That's it, okay.
of DTA fixing switching the place of it. In the beginning, they wanted to charge me, then they gave up and they did it for free.
All right, from what we're looking at right here, it looks like there was a problem, you got it fixed, and there hasn't been a problem since. And since you have taken that action, I'm gonna make a motion that we set the counter back to 0 and waive the fine.
Okay, do I have a second on that? Bob? Yes?
Yes.
Roy?
Yes,
Very good.
we're working on it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sofer, I appreciate it.
Okay, I want to add something else. In honor of you dismissing the case, I want to make a donation to the Bridgehampton Fire Department. So I would state it that it's in the honor of your commission.
Well, thank you
Well,
very
thank you
kindly,
very
that's
much.
good.
All right, thanks very
I'm
much.
sure they'll appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, the Rotunda Restaurant,
Restaurant?
we have anybody here for that?
See anybody? No.
All right, how about Frank Polistra? Okay,
Which one is that?
that was number 8 in the in-person.
So who did you just call now?
Now we're up to, it's a Zoom, It's Tversky.
Korsky. Okay, number 9. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
All right. How about Petco? We have anything going on with the Zoom for Petco? Am I talking to anybody or?
Yeah, he's answering, he's just very low.
Oh, that's why it's the one.
Yeah.
Speaking.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning. All right, and you're Petco, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I'm gonna get you sworn in.
Hi, ma'am, how are you? Would you
I'm
please,
good.
would you please state your name for the record?
It is Amy Eversole Martinez.
And ma'am, you're an employee of Petco?
Yeah.
And what is the address of the Petco location that's the subject of today's hearing?
The one that we are talking about today, hold on, let me see. It is 180 West Montauk Highway, Hampton Bays, New York.
Could it be 190?
That is part of the problem.
Okay.
So, we are located at 180. We are joined in conjunction in a strip center next to a Panera. And
Okay.
the multiple false alarms were unfortunately due to some system work that was being done on Panera's
Okay.
sprinkler system, therefore causing our alarm system to go off and us having those false alarms.
Okay,
go
understood.
out.
So the paperwork should probably be amended to show the
Yes,
address.
we did submit all of the paperwork, acknowledging all of that already.
And before you go any further, just, because I know you're giving us a lot of good information, do you swear to tell the truth today?
Yes,
And you swear to tell the truth knowing the penalties for perjury?
yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, my paperwork says 190 West
Yeah, so am
Montauk.
I.
Yeah, or,
Yes,
yeah.
so 190 is the Panera address. Unfortunately, it triggered our alarm, so then we were also sent, and then we didn't get, unfortunately, the second and third false alarms, we never actually got the paperwork, and so we just got this latest one, stating that we had fines, and then that's when we realized that it wasn't our alarm necessarily triggering the issue, it was Panera doing work and just didn't notify us, so that we could be aware and let the fire department know not to respond.
I do believe they're gonna have another alarm that's gonna come in shortly, not happening today, but there was one over the weekend at Petco.
Okay.
There was another automatic alarm at Petco this
Yeah,
weekend,
So
so.
they're doing
Which was
work
more
again
than
at
likely the
Panera.
Panera, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
okay.
The two
Definitely some
systems are
stuff
tied
need-
together, Ed?
What's that?
The two systems are
I believe
tied
the
together?
sprinkler system is tied together throughout.
Oh,
Maine.
because it's the
The whole
complex.
building.
Ah, right, okay.
Actually, I believe Petco has their own sprinkler system, correct?
Yes, we have our own sprinkler system, the fire riser systems are just attached,
Okay.
so when they're doing testing on one, and unfortunately it's triggering ours as well.
Now
according
is-
to the fire department.
Do you know if the sprinkler system that's inside Panera is off of your riser? Or is it off of,
From my understanding, they're tied in some way,
okay?
but, trying to look at all the paperwork I have
There's,
here.
there's either 2 or 3 risers. Macy's actually has their own.
Correct.
I know that Petco has their own. There's a third one for the complex, but I don't know if that is part of Panera's or if it's just for like common areas. So that's one thing that we would have to definitely
Right,
look
is
at.
that something that we can look into through your department
Yep.
and then kind of make this all function better for the fire department, police department, and everybody?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Okay.
We're gonna have to.
Okay, so we're gonna have Fire Marshal make a visit over to you, all right?
Okay.
And, we're gonna get this straightened out.
Perfect.
So these fire alarms, in your opinion, are not yours, these are Panera's?
They are, yes, so they've been doing routine maintenance on, from what we were told, they were doing routine maintenance on Panera's system. Did not tell us, so therefore we could not put our system into test, therefore, when they were doing the testing, it
Okay.
automatically set ours off as well.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
All right, on that basis then, the fire marshal's gonna take a look at the whole thing. And these are obviously not your fines, they're Panera's, if anybody's. So in that
Correct.
particular situation, I'm gonna move that we waive it and set the counter back.
All right, that's
I
Bob.
appreciate that.
That's Bob and Roy, is that a second from you?
I second that, sure.
All right.
But, John, you'll have your office go and check this out and then make sure that we get this on the right track?
Yeah, John's on board with that.
Okay.
Ms. Martinez, are you at the Hampton Bays location, or are you in the main office?
I am actually not even, so I work out of San Antonio, but I actually have to be in Dallas this week. But if you need me to put eyes or get in contact with somebody at the location, I can absolutely get somebody on site knowing that when you guys are coming out to visit so that we're all on the same page.
Okay, that would be great. Just have someone contact the fire marshal's office and ask for me. We'll get this thing
Okay.
set up, okay? Thank you.
I appreciate it.
My name is John Rankin, I'm Chief Fire Marshal. My
I will
direct,
have them ask for you.
yep, my direct number is 631
Uh-huh,
702
okay.
2921.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty.
She got up
Okay,
early. for
that
this
was
meeting.
easy.
Yeah, Dallas.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you very kindly.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You
You
too,
too.
take care, bye-bye.
There had to be a you-all in there somewhere.
Okay. Do we have Tversky? Going once? No? Silvera Asset Management. Is that what he's,
Yeah,
yeah, someone needs
he's
to,
really, his volume is really low.
gotta get him a little green light, I can't hear nothing. Okay,
I'm here for Silvera Asset Management. My name is David Silvera.
okay, very good. Very good. You're here appealing,
You swear him in.
yes, yeah, let's get this, yeah, I gotta get you sworn in first, sir.
Sir, would you please state your name and address for the record?
David Silvera, 145 Mulholland Avenue, Waterman.
And Mr. Silvera, do you swear to tell the truth, knowing the penalties for perjury?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, explain.
We had a bunch of false alarms, not fire alarms. We had a bunch of false, I guess, burglar alarms, and the police were dispatched. And we sent, Bristol Protective is the alarm company, so, we sent them there, to review the system and fix it. And since they went and did it, we haven't had any. But I think we got a couple, we even have like two like in the same night, maybe like at 2 in the morning and then 4 in the morning or something like that. So it was going off
It's
like for a
extensive.
couple of days. And then we sent them, and I think I attached an invoice of Bristol Protective going in and servicing the system.
I don't see an invoice.
Yeah, there is a billing.
There is?
Yeah.
Do we have any questions about this, Bob?
Yeah, the only question I've got is what did, is Briscoe the agent, the security company?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What did they say is causing them, though?
I don't recall now. It could have been like a bad sensor on a door or something like that, a faulty sensor that they replaced. I don't recall what they did, but I think it was like a faulty sensor that was being triggered, and that's why it kept going off, and they
Okay.
replaced it.
And that's what was addressed when Briscoe came out in January?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. All right, and you haven't had a problem since?
and we have it now.
Okay. I'll make a motion that it was corrected. We have documentation to support it, so. I'll,
Second?
I'll wait.
And that's a PD, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Very good. So what we're gonna do, sir, is we're gonna have the fines forgiven. We're gonna bring you're gonna bring your counter for your PD back to 0, okay? And you'll get yourself a fresh start.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
You have a good day, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, bye.
bye-bye.
That's a Bob and a Roy, right?
Correct.
Yeah. It's the Bob and Roy show.
There you go.
It is a Bob and a Roy.
It sounds like SpongeBob and SquarePants.
Wait, who's who?
I'll be Patrick.
Okay.
How about Bo Sox LLCF for Zoom?
They forgot to Zoom.
They're not on Zoom?
Kevin, do we have anybody else on Zoom?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good morning.
Okay.
I am here representing Bo Sox, as my dad is a big Red Sox fan, no judgments.
Sir, would you state your name for the record and the address of the LLCF?
Yes, sir. Rammy Harwood, 128 Meadowlark Lane in Bridgehampton.
And sir, do you swear to tell the truth with knowledge of the penalties for perjury?
Yes.
All right.
So, thank you all for your time here. Where I don't even know where to start. So, my mom lives at 128 Meadowlark by herself. She's 84 years old and is extremely hard of hearing. My dad, whom they've been married for 60 years, had to make a very difficult decision very recently to be put into an assisted living facility at age 94. She likes to cook bacon. We're doing everything in our power to mitigate the bacon cooking on a stove versus a microwave. So the fire department has been contacted a few times to go out to the house. Very nicely, they come in and see my mom cooking bacon without putting the hood on. The notices were going to an incorrect address that was just outdated, going to my dad, so we were unbeknownst to any of this, so that we didn't address it. Since we found out about this, my siblings and I have now gotten very involved, and we've now installed cameras in the house. We've also contacted Briscoe to make sure that they're contacting myself and my brother before calling the house, because the phone rings and my mom just doesn't hear it. Knock on wood, most important thing is that she's safe, and we're doing everything in our power to mitigate her, and she has now stopped cooking bacon on the stove, and we are now buying for her microwavable bacon, which she's mostly enjoying. Because of the fact that we weren't getting the bills, we were not aware to be able to make this change more expediently, and so we're just asking for these fees to be waived, knowing that we're taking this extremely seriously. We don't want to waste, certainly, any fire department's time on these situations.
Yeah, I think you're taking the right steps with your mom, that's for sure. If you can get her to stop cooking it over the stove, because in effect, if she does, generate smoke like that, that's not a false alarm, because it is getting recorded as smoke in the house and all. But in light of the fact that your dad's not there to help out and your mom's got her own issues and all, I'm going to ask that we waive it and set the counter back to 0.
Okay.
And you guys work on your mom and keep her away from the bacon.
If from your lips to God's ears, I think they say. So.
I'll second it just based on the fact that we beat them in '86.
Okay.
Sir, my name is
That's
Sir,
right.
my name is John Rank. I'm a chief fire
That's a
marshal for
good
the town of
point.
Southampton. I just have a couple of questions for you. You said your mom lives by herself?
We have an executive assistant who comes in and checks on her 7 days a week.
Okay,
So, yes.
so for the most part, she's usually in the residence by herself?
For 8 hours a day,
Okay.
Tylee is with, this woman is with her.
Okay, so now you said your mom has a little bit of a hearing difficulty. Are the alarms loud enough for her to hear?
100%.
Okay.
100%. The alarm is not the issue, it's the phone calls from Central Station.
No, I understand that, but, I listen to people and I try to make suggestions, that
I appreciate
may or may not be thought of. So, because my recommendation was gonna be, especially in her bedroom, if she has an issue with waking up to the sound of the alarm, that you put in a hearing impaired alarm system, just at least within the bedroom, which is, it's a strobe light attached to the alarm. So at the same time, the
I
alarm's
appreciate
going
that.
off.
No issues with hearing the alarm.
Okay, all right, very good, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, the fines are forgiven. Your fire department, alarm counter is back down to 0, and I wish you a good day.
I appreciate it immensely. Thank you again for what you guys do. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Kevin, is that it for Zoom?
according to this, it is.
Yeah, looks like it.
What'd you say? Okay, thank you.
All right, we're gonna move to administrative review.
So the next one is Queen of the Most Holy Rosary Church.
Rosary Church.
They have a representative that wanted to come and say something.
Hi, ma'am, would you please state your name for the record?
Yes, Lisa Panapinto,
And what is the address of Queen of the Most Holy Rosary Church?
2350 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton.
And do you swear to tell the whole truth with knowledge of the penalties for perjury?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
So the alarm, there actually wasn't an alarm activation on January 16th of 2024. The police dispatcher misunderstood what I said when I called. The burglary alarm, which is separate from the fire alarm, it's 2 different panels. The keypad was beeping backdoor trouble, which my boss later told me, yeah, that's not the fire alarm, that's the burglary alarm. So I had called the Southampton Village Police 631-283-0056 to say, if you received any alarms, everything's okay, I'm here on the premises, there's no fire, there's no trouble. But the dispatcher said, no, we're sending anyway. And I said, no, don't send, because, this is a church, we can't afford the fine, and I'm here on the premises, and there's no fire alarm activation, nothing is wrong. It just says backdoor trouble. And she said, I don't care, we have to do it for liability reasons, we're sending. So the chief and the police responded. And I explained the situation to them. And then, when my boss came in later on, he said, no, that's not the fire alarm. The fire alarm is upstairs. This is the burglary alarm. So it's unfortunate. And the only reason I had called the Southampton Village Police was because previously we had 2 service vendors trip the fire alarm while they were servicing the equipment, Sentry and Briscoe. And they hadn't called the monitoring company to put the alarm in test mode. So we had to pay those fines. It's unfortunate. So when the chief came after Sentry tripped the alarm, I waited outside for him. He said, if this happens again, call the Southampton Village Police Department, call this number. He gave me the number and I posted it near the keypads, and tell them, everything's okay, I'm here on the premises and there's no fire and everything is fine. So that was why I did it, and it was the worst phone call I ever made, because the church cannot afford these $1,000 fines. It's a financial hardship.
You keep saying Southampton Village.
Yes.
To my knowledge, it would be Southampton Town.
Actually, Southampton Village dispatches Bridgehampton Fire Department.
Is that right?
Is that?
Yeah, that's what the
Is it
chief
the
told me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
And he gave me that number, so I put it near all the keypads.
All right.
And I was wondering.
So have we, have in your mind,
Yes, sir.
are you gonna, have we solved this problem?
Well, yeah, yes, as far as my calling the Southampton Village Police and saying there's no trouble.
Well, you realize if there's a fire alarm that they don't have a choice, they have to send somebody.
Well, right, but Briscoe would, the monitoring company would call it into them. There was no fire alarm, so Briscoe never called them. There was no fire alarm activation that day.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
this was my mistaken phone call, saying, oh, the keypad's beeping, it
What
says
was the
back
issue
door.
with the back door that caused the problem in the first place?
Oh, that was the burglary alarm.
I understand that, but what was the issue that set it off?
I don't know, I think there was something wrong with the contact, but I called Briscoe for service, they never came and it resolved on its own.
Okay.
Maybe the door was not properly closed.
Mm-hmm. Is that the door that's entered into the building?
No, that's not the entry door. No, it's a side office door.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the main door, no. In the basement.
Right, okay.
Yeah, this is a separate system from the fire alarm, I found out later.
No, I understand, but is
Sorry.
that the door that used to access the building on a regular basis and also to leave the building?
No, sir.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So since 2020, you folks have paid over $10,000 in alarms.
And fire alarms.
Oh, okay, I didn't have that information. I'm not the business manager. I do have one that we paid on December 15th for a false alarm. I'm not
Well,
disputing.
no, that 10,000's already been paid.
Oh, I didn't
The
know
only
that.
thing that's outstanding right now is $1,000 from 1/31 of this year.
Oh, well, yes, from this January 16th, no?
January 16th, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was just
Well,
wondering.
I just would like, I don't want to see, Queen of the Most Holy Rosary be paying $10,000. It's tough enough to get the people in the pews, never mind.
That's the thing,
Never
since
mind
the
it's
pandemic.
something out of their pocket and into the basket. But, all right, if you feel like you've got a handle on this, that's fine. I don't know what else to do to make it easier on you. If we could, I would.
How old
Well-
is this system?
Let's see. Building was built and,
Is the system maintained every year? Do they get an inspection?
oh, yes.
There's an
Yes,
inspection on it every
more than
year?
once a year, every 6 months, I believe.
Okay,
I'll double check
I would
with
request that the latest system check, just to make sure that everything is.
Well, I mean, his name escapes me, but the fellow that used to own Scan Security that sold to Briscoe is very active in the church over there.
Yes, sir. That is right, yes. But I think this was a miscommunication on this particular occasion. I'm not speaking of the prior ones. But on
Okay.
January 16th, I believe this was a miscommunication on the phone call between myself and the dispatcher.
All right, I'm gonna go with a miscommunication explanation, and I'm gonna make a motion that we waive it and set it back to zero.
Okay, let's
But we
set
got-
back
Yeah, they've gotta be careful.
FD,
as to-
FDNPD,
Yes.
okay?
Correct.
All to zero,
Yeah.
completely.
Oh,
All
thank
right?
you.
But as Ed mentioned, you've got a slew of these things going back, and they were all fire alarms.
Oh, okay, I was aware of December 15th, which we paid, and I know there were two, one from Century, one from Briscoe, which we had to pay, even though it was vendors servicing the equipment. I'm not aware of the other, what would that be, 7? There's
Well, it goes all the way back to June of 2020.
Okay, and there've been 10
And
active.
they've all been paid. One of them went to the tax levy, but the rest of them have all paid by the church. And as Ed mentioned, it's well over $10,000.
Yeah,
So,
see, this is a financial
I know what you're
hardship.
doing, what you guys are doing down there. Yeah.
Oh, well, on this particular occasion that I'm disputing, there was no activation.
No, I know
just
that.
so you-
This one,
Okay,
this one.
but previously.
We're just asking you to take a look at what's going on. And
Yes.
If you've got people working on the premises, you may want to make sure that the alarm company is notified that if they do set it off.
Right, the monitoring company, they said that they had called, but apparently they called and didn't give the proper building, as there's more than one building on the location. They didn't put the proper building on test, is what they told us.
Okay, well, you may
Yeah.
want to get in touch with them and have them come out and make sure they understand where the buildings are located and what buildings you're talking about, so that, because, I mean, from a church perspective, you can't carry this.
No, we
This
can't.
can't continue.
I know, it's a financial hardship, it really is.
Yeah. So I'll make that motion.
All right.
Second.
Okay, thank you very kindly.
Thank you.
You have a
Thank you.
good day.
Thank you very much.
And just in the future, if there's a problem, okay, with like someone's cooking bacon in one of the things, and it sets off an alarm.
Yes, sir.
The only way you can possibly have that forgiven is to come to this board, okay? That's the only possible way. And if you do that, we will certainly give you the consideration.
Oh, that's very kind
Yeah,
of you.
I don't recall you haven't been before us.
No.
No, I didn't know until Kathy
is a
told
first.
me. I thought it was a written appeal and then it was either approved, but Kathy said no appear, so I'm so
Yeah,
grateful
and-
for the
and If there are any
opportunity.
future incidents, come in and see us.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take a look at Eli Fishburne. There's no one here for this. We just have to go through it.
All right, it's 500, and they're all fire alarms. The last one was the end of October. And the alarm batteries were low and the batteries were changed on January of 23.
This is the first time these folks are in front of us, I believe.
Yeah. It looked like if it was a low battery problem and they fixed it, and I'll make a motion that we just waive it.
Okay, let's do that.
And set the counter back.
Is this all, is this all FD, or are we seeing some
They're all fire
PDs?
department.
It's all fire department?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the, forgive the fines, bring the FD to 0.
Yeah.
Let's go. Bob is gonna give me the motion, Roy is gonna give me the second.
Sure.
All right. Very good. I have Michael George. All right, and, I don't know what the story is on this one.
Yeah. After the first fire alarm, we thought we remedied the issue, but it doesn't say what the remedy was.
Do you guys have the appeal letter that he sent?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But he doesn't say what he did.
Well, it says
It's just we remedied
homeowner
it.
error.
Was what?
Homeowner error in the CAD report.
But as they vote to forgive and reset.
Yeah, let's,
I'll second it.
okay.
Hey, I got ahead.
This time you sit here.
No, I like the seat. I have to keep the attorney away.
Okay, fines forgiven and FD to 0.
Yes.
All right, that's a Bob and a Roy show. Okay. Evelyn Hilton.
Let's see.
Okay, only one of these is unpaid.
Hal was offended by the bill.
Well, she's deeply offended.
Yeah, so am I.
Is this fire? This is fire, okay.
This is all fire.
Yeah, so notifying ADT isn't
Um,
gonna do anything.
She received a copy of this invoice for all the past alarms that got it up to $750? Yeah, because she says she's only gotten one invoice for $750. And she's offended by the fact that we sent her an invoice for $750.
So the past invoices are since 2019.
Right.
Remember, she paid them already, or maybe it's a count of 60 months, that's why.
So one was a check, one went to the taxes, and now we're at $750.
Her husband died. Her husband used to handle it, and he died, so she didn't even know that it went on.
Okay, let's do our thing.
I say to forgive and reset, but I'm offended also, but I'll let it go.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, I'm not offended.
I'm also
and I'm happy to write that down. Now, we're sending these folks a letter explaining what our decision was, right? Okay, Nancy Hollander.
This house is going under extensive construction, so the building people probably, construction people probably set it off in some form.
Okay, so,
Forgive and reset.
Yeah, we set it back and forgive them, and we send them a letter telling them to make sure their construction people are a little more careful about dirt and dust.
yeah, can we make sure that that makes it into the,
Yeah,
that makes it into the letter that, that anytime you have construction people working in the house, that they should in fact call the company, the security company, and ask to be put on test mode, all right? Because
Otherwise it'll just
if they're not
happen again.
aware that they could even do that, we're gonna have more problems. Okay, so fines forgiven, and this is PD to 0, and I don't see anything there for an FD.
No, it's just the two alarms.
All right, and this is gonna be the Bob and Roy show again?
We're gonna have to put in for royalties here. No.
What's the address on there?
What?
On the place
see, you make the motion and he puts my name down.
Just the address.
Oh, 10 Sandy's Lane?
Okay, you can take a look at that.
Now, we got one more.
One or two. And then we have these that there were no shows.
Yeah. Okay, this is. Oh, okay, all right, he's appealing no fine.
All right. Boccolini.
Boccolini.
You don't have a file on?
He might have been here before and had this understanding that you can get it reset before the fine comes.
What is it? Police?
It's a police on this
It's
one.
police, yeah.
And I don't see anything that's stretching back to the 2017 or anything. He just wants to keep his zero
Zero.
That's what
in
he
his
wants.
pocket,
Okay,
and
I'll let you know.
that's all right.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we just keep it at 0.
I'll second.
Okay, so it's PD to 0.
Yes.
That's a Bob and a Roy Joe. All right. Okay. Anything else anybody needs to talk about?
There's one more.
Which one?
This, did I miss this one?
They just had a fire alarm?
Yep, just had a fire alarm on
Palestina? Did I miss that?
April 20th.
No, we didn't cover, that's a woman, right?
Yeah.
Nancy, right?
Nancy
oh.
Hollander, yeah.
Oh, Palatino?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did we
the
miss this
detector
one?
activation for some reason or another.
Let's see.
Wonder where, do you know where in the house that was, or?
Palestina.
Yeah.
It just says.
Yeah, we didn't do
Detector
it.
zone
Yeah.
4.
Joanne, yeah.
We just send the invoice out.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll deal with it when we get it, that's all. I mean, if she even does it.
I have one more page.
What do
Yeah,
you have?
I think we missed one.
Palestina?
Joanne Palestina, and it has Frank's name on the agenda.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Did we do that?
We blew past it because that was,
They were not here.
Oh, okay, okay.
And also Susan Washington.
Oh, there it is. Different, okay. They weren't here.
who's
Yeah, that's
that?
right. Oh, so we're just gonna ask them to come in next time.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Number 4.
So we should bring them in next time?
No, this is like number 4.
This is,
Yeah, this is like,
this is number 4?
yeah, we
Okay.
started this quite a while ago.
All right. What is the total on
Okay,
the fines?
that's appeal denied.
Yeah, what's the total fines?
2,000.
2,000? All right, now I make a motion that the appeal is denied and the fines be levied.
Second? The number 4 on the list. Susan Weinstein. Okay.
Okay.
That was on Tuesday.
And then for the ones that were supposed to come first time, it's Rotunda Restaurant, Frank Policera, Atara Tversky.
Okay, with
Didn't show.
with Frank, is this a first or a second time? This is the first time, right?
First time, all 3 of them.
First time, put them on for next meeting?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about Atara Tversky?
Same, first time today.
First time?
Okay, then do the same for
Recycle.
them, and
Yep.
if you wouldn't mind contacting them and let them know that they got one more shot.
And also
Making this-
Rotunda Restaurant.
Say it again?
Rotunda Restaurant.
Rotunda Restaurant, same situation.
Yep, okay, yep, let's do that too. Close there. And
So it's number 7, 8, and 9.
okay.
You're on television.
Okay. Okay,
You're
go.
thinking of something.
No, we're done, right? So we're done.
Yeah, you want to give me a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that the meeting be adjourned.
I'll second it.
Oh, well, that's new. All right, motion's adjourned at 10:59.